Good morning, everybody. My name is David Mosquera, and today I am going to talk about Australian language. At the beginning of the Australian language roots and before the British colonization, there were two big groups of languages, the Pama-Nyungan and the non-Pama-Nyungan. The first one happens to be the ones that covered almost the 85% of the continent, and the other ones were the ones that covered just the other 15%. In general, those languages are spoken by small ethnic groups, and those languages happen to consider endangered, and almost the most of them are getting extinct. Just the 10% of these languages are being taught to children. That's about 50,000 people around. But there is a legacy, and that's really important. And we know many words. For example, boomerang, humpy, that means bush, or I don't know, kangaroo, for example, and the verb corroboree. Those are words that are a legacy from those native languages. These native languages also have a particular thing that's that they've got just three vowels: A, E, and U. The words are made for more than one syllable, and they are composed by morphemes, which means that they need a minimum of a fragment to generate a meaning. Australia also was visited by Chinese, Portuguese, Indonesian people, Papuans, Dutch, but these cultures just were traders that used to exchange food, boats, a lot of many things, and for example fishing, and until 1778, when Captain James Cook, Captain Cook arrived to the continent, was only the time that they knew that this was a continent in where the European culture could grow. They arrived to New South Wales, and this was the moment when English started to have a new power here in the country, and the children that born between the colonizers and the native people, they just started to have a new type of language that become stronger and stronger, and after many centuries, it couldn't be changed or by new colonizers or another cultures. The language is the mixture of the Irish and language from Southeast England. At the present, there are no many types of accents, and the Australian people consider that they've got a lack of regional differences. There are maybe three groups, three differences in the accent: the general, the broad, and the cultivated. The general is the most common style of speech in Australia. The broad belongs to the working class, and the cultivated belongs to the people that have got a little how do we say, a little British accent. Some tips for going to Australia: the people speak too fast, so you've got to calm down and just ask them, please say again, please, or don't get anxious, and don't get mad about it. Um, Australian accent might be different and hard to understand also. Um, the vocabulary, they've got different words and they change many words. Um, so you've got to be prepared for that. And every abbreviations, so they've got many diphthongs in their language, and it's when they mixed two vowels in one sound. Do not attempt to use Australian slang until you have lived enough to, how do you say, to acquire it, and because maybe you will be called a tweet, which means you're an idiot. Don't express yourself as an expert, even you speak good English. Talk normal. They are not the dumbest cousins of the British. And pay attention because they use many diphthongs, just what I said. The slang, for example, the vocabulary has many words that change. For example, they make some words small like nicknames or with loving nicknames like I love you baby. For example, Bricky, Chewy, Cookie, Chrissy, Mosey. For example, Bricky, which means breakfast. Chewy, that's chewing gum. And Chucky, that's Chucky or chocolate. And Cheesy, to say Christmas. Or Posty to postman, or Polly to politician.